Well, welcome back to Synaptic, and today we're going to take you through third-party individuals that need to climb on the system. So, in a lot of cases, you find that your insurance company, underwriter, or anyone that has a stakeholding in your company or on your products may need access to the system for a variety of different reasons. So effectively, what will happen is we are able to give certain permissions to certain individuals with your authorization. Now, this is very important because I need it in writing from yourself saying, listen, please, can you give authorization to XYZ company? And there's got to be some sort of an outsource or a binder agreement between the two of you. Now, effectively, Synaptic allows for that and allows us to do various types of things. So this happens a lot. For example, one of our clients uses Generic as a underwriting insurer. However, Generic likes to do their own claims, or at least authorize them. So effectively what happens is that the claim is done by the claims department from my client on Synaptic. Then what happens is they submit all the claim supporting documentation to Generic, who then reviews the documentation. But they also want to see that it is valid on the system as well. So what we've done for them on this particular case, we've given them a third-party access. And this is a lower-end license. It's a very cheap license. And we only open up, for example, one portion for them. And usually they'll be able to search and view the client file, but they won't get any further than that. So they will basically have the access to do the following. So they'll be able to search on my ID number, and they will be able to see my policy that I've got that is in the system. So effectively here, they stop there. They can just validate that the policy is there. They won't be able to double click. They can't go into the file. They can only see what's happening here. So they can validate, yes, it was paid. Yes, that was the paid amount. And they can validate that I am active on the system and this is not an expired policy, etc. We then also give them access to reporting, where they can go into the master reporting and they will be able to draw out only specific reports. So remember what I mentioned before in reporting video, and if you haven't watched that, I'd suggest you go back to watch that, and just refresh your memory on it. But this is all the types of reports that we can give you, but they can only have one particular report. So for example, in this case, we've given them a claims report, and they'll be able to draw down the claims for themselves only to validate that their claims are coming through and that whatever you've done is correct in the reports that you've done. So this is where there is a validation necessary for you to be able to continue business, or for a payout to occur where the insurer is involved or may just want to do a simple audit on your system. So this is an allowable feature, and we can allow almost anything that you wish us to allow. But remember, we allow permissions per button, so we can actually discontinue or recontinue a button by removing it off the screen and adding it back to the screen for the insurer based on the permission that they get. Another validation is that we do have some sort of clients that need to send or validate policies from a roadside assistance value. Now, in most cases with DigiCall, International SOS, and a company called CLC, we have an integrated module for those companies. So every morning the information is just automatically piped to them about what they need in order to make deals happen. However, with other companies that are not integrated with us, and they may need to validate that this is a live policy in order to continue with a roadside assistance claim, especially if you are outsourcing that function, which is usually the case. Now, in that event, the client will log in, but they will get access to this button here and will land on this screen. What this does, it allows the person that is validating the claim or doing the claim to come onto Synaptic, again at a much lower rate than a perceived cost for an administrator, and it'll allow you to enter in the VIN number or the ID number and hit search, and it'll automatically bring up the products here. Why have we removed this button from the View Policies button? Well, very simply put, we want to remove any formal risk of either my staff or your staff validating a person on View Policies to go further than being able to see what policies are available on the system for that individual. So we can see here that there are 2 products. If it's a warranty and they are doing a roadside assistance, they'll be able to see it here. So that, unfortunately, is all I've got for you on this. This is all that we can do. It is usually reporting, validating, or being able to look up a client file from an insurance or compliance audit point of view. And that's what I have for you today. Thank you very much.